What up, YouTube? Anybody ever, like, remember that back in school, like, you're about to go out the door, your mom yells at you, brush your hair real quick? Alright, that's what this is about, partially. All the time, like, we always had, like, a comb laying right next to the door, for that purpose, but, like, my little brother and my older brother were always bad about taking it and then running off with it, sticking it in their pocket or whatever to take to school with them, and just like, I'll brush my hair later. So, this is, like, one of my best friends for this crap. I know it's a dog brush, yes, whatever. I've used it on my labs, it doesn't really matter. But this was, like, my best friend. Like, I already knew my hair was going to be messed up anyway, so I would just use this. It took me, like, 30 seconds to comb my hair, I'm done. And then, the reason I said my hair would be messed up is because it wasn't this hat, but a different one. A lot of people that went to school with me will probably remember it, but I always wear a hat. So, the only part I really care about being combed is the front of it. It's like, once you take and put your hat on, I think anybody that wears a hat will actually understand this and actually be able to testify that sometimes you just end up having to fit it better and move it around, and after you've done that a couple of times, your hair starts to look a little bit weird. And it starts to look like you never combed it in the morning. So, there's different, like, things, like, maybe the sun's out, maybe you don't want to take it off your head, so you just spin it around. Different things, just, see, I had a agricultural class whenever I was in school, and it was all the time real sunny outside, so I always flip my hat around. Alright, I'm back. My little brother just come in for something other for GTA, found a glitch or something, so I just cut up a pair of headphones to give him something to wrap around the analog stick short, but whatever. Anyway, we got another dip review here as well. Copenhagen Smooth Wintergreen. I had never had this until the other day. My mom goes into the tobacco store that I always get my dip from. It's right next to Williamson. It's just right off the road there. Ain't no big deal. But she goes in, and like, I've never found this here in Mingo County or Williamson or wherever the whole time I've been dipping. So she goes in, she tells me she wants it out of the yellow box because it's like $2 cheaper. Anyways, she comes back out and tosses me the box. She tells them my original Copenhagen Wintergreen Longcut, and they send her out with this. This stuff isn't the same as Copenhagen Wintergreen. I'm going to go ahead and throw one in, then I'll start talking about it here in just a sec. I'm pretty sure I'm covering up the mic too. New phone as well. The old one's just too far busted up to video with. Here's it. It's just completely shattered. But, I mean, it still works. I told my mom, she was like, do you want to take and just trade that in, or just take and send it back and get it redone? I was like, nah, I'll just use it as a phone truck. I'm not, truck phone, my bad. It's a little bit late here. It's like, you know, it's 11:20 at night. I've been at the hospital all day with my dad, but, she's like, do you want to send it back to the company and trade it in? And I was like, nah, I'll just take and stick it in my truck. I'll put music on it, and then that's what I'll use for music. So I have to, like, charge this thing up because it's been dead for like 6 months now since I've had this one. By the way, I've been like busy doing different things and stuff like that. Been trying to get another job as working as a mechanic somewhere. So that's why I haven't posted to YouTube in a long time. But we got our Smooth Wintergreen here. I got 5 cans of this. I've done dipped, I think 3, maybe 4. Hang on, let's see. I got 4 sitting beside of me. Let's see. That one's still got about a chew in it, I bet. I pack with my left hand, I don't know why, but about a half a chew. That one's probably just needs scrape. Nope, that's done been scraped. And that one's got about a half a chew in it. I could make one, but I don't feel like sitting there mashing everything together and doing all this crap for right now. I'll just put it in this can for tomorrow, but anyways. Wait, it's only 4. I guess I've done dipped the other one. Alright. So I guess this is my last can of it. So, anyways, well, let's figure out how to pack first. This stuff's a different cut than Longcut as well. That's what I noticed. Because, like, pinching it, like, it's not as pinchable as, like, regular Longcut. I don't know what the difference is. I don't know if it's a different machine that cuts it or what. But it's got, like, a different pinch. kind of like a fine cut, but just like right in between a fine cut and a long cut. We're gonna throw some decent lipper in. I'm gonna drop half of it on me, so I'm gonna pinch some more. Find a lid. And find a cup. I'd got this out earlier and set it down just so I could have it. But, back to this. Like, this was like one of my best friends just because it was always laying right there by the door because we always had it for a dog. And, my brothers always had to comb, like I was saying, but, like, so people's like, oh, it's nasty, all that. Well, if you clean the bristles and you actually wash this, it's got nothing left of the dog on it. Now, do I remember if it still had dog hair on it whenever I did it? No. But, I mean, that's just something that I did going through school, knowing I was going to mess my hair up anyway. I just grabbed this real quick and combed my hair. I mean, that's straight up, I ain't even going to sit here and lie to you. I can do the same exact hairstyle with this than I can with anything else. Same thing. No difference whatsoever. Only thing you gotta watch out about them though is these little bristles have little white balls on the ends of them. And if they come off, they hurt like hell. This is like our sixth brush because of it. But I thought I'd just share that little fun fact with y'all and kind of catch up. Let's see. It's probably been like a year since I posted, something like that, close to it at least. I think it was right before I graduated, so yeah, it's right around a year. Anyway, I graduated on time. I was going through all that fiasco of having grades that were overdue and stuff like that, so that's why I even quit. And then, went from one thing to another. I went out and helped my grandma out and stuff like that out in Ohio. And I just never really picked it back up. And then started looking around on YouTube, messing around, and then one of my buddies was still posting songs and music, stuff like that. Check him out. It's William York. He does covers all the time. I don't remember his exact username. So I'll find that and post it for y'all. Give me just a sec, my little brother's back there.